As a startup founder, your enthusiasm is at its peak. And understandably so, you want to do everything that you can boost the chances of your startup reaching heights. Every day brings a new idea, and along with that comes an urge to just run to your development team and tell them to incorporate it ASAP. Somewhere you need to apply the brakes. It is fine to list every new feature that comes to your mind. I often do that myself, even when I'm traveling, I note down ideas in Evernote. But it is in your interest to weigh its relevance to the minimum viable product or MVP and then walk up to your development team and ask them whether they can and how they can fit it in. What is this MVP anyway? MVP is a term which originated in the lean startup concept, which was developed by Eric Rice. In simple terms, in my own terms, if we understand MVP, the three words that it is constituted of, it means that it is the minimalistic version of the product that represents your startup idea, which is viable to satisfy the core pain point of your customers in a satisfactory way. To simplify things for you, I have developed an easy to use template where you can just fill in the product features that you desire in order of priority. And then, based on a logical, calculated approach, not only can you make a decision on the MVP, but also you can get an idea of the release date, thereby giving you a clear idea of your go to market timeline. So, let's check it out to see how it can be done. Technical startup founders who find it difficult to convey what they want in their product to the development team. This is a very basic, realistic way of putting down your vision into a way that software developers will be easily able to understand what you want from them, when you want from them, and by when they are supposed to deliver it to you so that you can go on your planned go to market time. You can launch on your planned go to market time. What you need to do is you just need to think from a very real world point of view as to what you need inside the app. Now, for example, what you need is your customer should be able to talk to an expert. There are two ways that he can talk to an expert. Either he can book an appointment with a human expert, or he can talk to the chatbot, which can answer at least the basic few questions. Next, say you want your customer to be able to purchase a subscription. So there should be a way for him to subscribe and pay. You want the customer to be able to check your services. So there should be some place where the services should be listed. He should be able to filter those services, maybe search through those services or whatever, and so on and so forth. So you can think of all the features that you want. These are the pains which the customer is facing. For each pain that the customer is facing, what feature can you give so that he can have a gain? Right? How are you going to address his pain? What is the feature that is going to convert his pain to a gain? This is a very real world way of visualizing what you want in your product at the end of the day. Now, once you have done that, as I also said earlier, there will be an urgency in you to say that I need all of these features and I need them as soon as possible. Basically, there are startup founders who believe that they should have everything as of yesterday. Well, that is not possible. So you need to prioritize, you need to understand what is a nice to have and what is a must have. Whatever are the must haves will help you identify your MVP. So in this case, if I select just those rows which are must haves and I leave the rest, I clearly know that my MVP must have these four features. So in basic version 1.0, I'll just keep the must haves. These nice to haves, I will move them down to phase 2, because it's not like I cannot launch my product without these features. Those features which you absolutely need, and your product is going to be incomplete without those features, those are must have features and they need to be there in your minimum viable product for that version. each version of the product, each release of the product will have its own MVP. So it is upon you as the startup founder to identify the pain, identify the features, and then these are the features which are going to give the gain to the customer. And as a startup founder, it is your onus to define the priorities and give it to the software developers. Now comes a little bit of a technical part where you need to understand, or rather, your developers need to make you understand that, okay, for this kind of feature, if I think about one developer, this developer will take 20 days, 20 working days to develop this feature. For second feature, he will take 40 days, and so on and so forth. This is something that your developer has to fill. Once this is done, you will arrive at a sum of all these days, and say the developer, the head of the development team says that I will allocate 2 developers to you. This will be divided by 2 to let you know the number of days which it will take to give you your MVP. And based on these number of days, say starting on today's date, this sheet will give you an idea as to when you can predict your desired release date so that you can plan your go to market. Now, this is a very basic summary of a high level estimation of the development of the product so that you are prepared to plan your marketing accordingly. Now, what comes after this is technical in nature, where if we fill all of this information, what will happen is that the software developers will be able to visualize how much time they need for pre-development. When I say pre-development, it means the phase where they will just show you the static screens without functionality to give you an idea about the look and feel and navigability of the product. So you can get a first-hand idea about how the app or the website will look. Although it will not be functional, but at least you will be able to move from one screen to other, so that if you need changes, it is easier for the developers to make the changes during this time. And what the sheet does is it gives them an exact breakup of each feature and its pre-development date. Once that is done, then the UI UX team will actually give it the look and feel and the actual navigability. So they also know on the basis of this that when they are supposed to do the planning, when the UI UX team is supposed to create the look and feel, the user interface team. So here you will have a basic version of your product in place, where you can get an idea about what to expect from your website or your app. Once that is frozen, then the development team will know that, okay, for this feature, I have to start working by July 16th so that I can give it by July 25th. And they can also plan the developers to whom they are assigning this. Once that is in place, then they also know that once on July 25th, say I have developed this feature and so on and so forth, at the end of this all, as a product owner, now this product owner could be their manager, or in case of a small development team to whom you have outsourced your work, it could be you. So it all depends on who takes up the responsibility of giving their final check that, okay, the product is in the right place. It could be you, it could be their product manager, it could be their CEO, it could be anybody, but somebody who is the last person in the line to say that yes, the product is good to go. So for that, you will also do some testing, you will also specify your changes, and there are basic formulae that I have put over here that, okay, even if you are doing the testing by August 30th, after you do the testing and you tell the development to do their changes, they should take 5 more days to do it maximum. You can change this figure over here, but basically this is all formula based. So on the basis of whatever is defined over here, on the summary of the number of days that they claim that they will take to do, they will also get their core plan as to by when they should finish pre-development, by when their UI UX team should finish their work, so that you can get a static prototype, a kind of look and feel about how your website or app will be. When they are going to do the actual development, the actual coding that is required to build the functionality, when will the testing be done, and when will the final product owner give his or her check that yes, this product is good to go. At all stages you can put status and remarks to know if there are any delays. So basically this template will help you as a technical or a non-technical founder to actually define the deliverables, the expectations, and the dates of the deliverables.